Hey, is this thing on? I think so. I think we're rolling. What's up, gang? Welcome back to the pod. Welcome back to the podcast. Uh, yeah, you know, things are basically exactly the same. Nothing's changed at all. Just the same old podcast. Nothing new. Uh, I'm just kidding. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice I'm in a different location. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I've been doing the podcast at that one table for ever, forever, basically. And so I was like, yeah, let's switch it up a little bit. So I wanted to be a little bit more chill, a little bit more casual, and sit on the couch. The casting couch. No, I'm just kidding. No, not the casting couch, but we're on the couch, and yeah. So welcome back, everyone. Episode God damn it. I don't even know. Is it? I think it's 87. I think it's 87. So yeah, welcome to episode 87. Kind of a big milestone, if you think. 87 episodes. That's a lot. That's all I got to say about that. There's nothing too special about 87. I don't even know if this actually is 87. I hope it's 87. But yeah. So I'm gonna get a haircut today. Finally, I've been putting it off for way too long. Way too long. Like I should have gotten a haircut like I don't know, like last month, or maybe even the month before. I've been letting this grow for too long, but I just kept putting it off because well, I mean, not really intentionally. I was like doing other stuff, and I was just like, you know, yeah, I'll get to it. But I've gotten to a point where I can't ignore it any longer. I mean, like, look how you see how long this shit is. My camera's over, my laptop's over here, so I'm looking at myself. But yeah, you see how long this is? That's insanely long. That's too long. Like I want the back to be long, but I mean, holy shit. I finally realized I had to get a haircut when I was, like I was sitting on the couch one time, and I went to like turn my head or some shit, and my hair was so long that it was caught between my back and the couch, and I pulled my hair, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It's been happening a lot recently. I don't know how you ladies do it with your long hair. How do you avoid that happening? Because it's so annoying. I go to like move my head, and then I'm like yanked back because my hair is stuck, and I'm like, "What the?" Okay, so now, so I'm like, yeah, okay, I gotta cut my hair. I have to get rid of this. It's too long. Damn, it's too long. It's so long I can reach behind my back and like touch my hair. Like that's just too long. So I'm gonna cut it. Not too short. Like I'm gonna keep the same style, but I'm gonna cut it to like I don't know, like my neck. So I mean that's like a good like 2 inches or so. You know, you know what I mean. But anyways, yeah. So my hair's kind of messed up right now because I didn't do it today because I'm gonna get a haircut. So like, why put product in your hair? It's just gonna fuck up the haircut. So my hair is fresh, no product in it, and yeah, I'm gonna get a haircut like right after this. And yeah, I don't know how you ladies do it with your long ass hair. How do you like avoid, or do you just like live with it? Does it just like happen and you're just like, yep, there it goes again, like you're just sort of used to it by now? Because it's happened to me quite a few times, and it gets more and more annoying to the point where I'm like, yeah, okay, it has to go. I borderline was like, I'm just gonna cut the back myself, just trim it, just cut a couple inches off. But I don't trust myself, and also I need to cut the top because the top is too long too. I'm like, yeah, I think it's smart to go to a professional for that, because I've never cut my own hair. I've never cut anybody else's hair. So, well, why start, But anyways, yeah, so gotta get a haircut, you know? And like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just like the people I'm going to, but like, I take pride in my hair. Like, I style it and shit, and I always like to switch things up, and so I kind of look for like new styles to go for and all that stuff. Like, I used to have the bowl cut when I was younger. I used to have an undercut. Then I went with just like, just short but long enough on the top to do my flip over and shit, and then I went with this. And, it's so funny, like when I'm looking for like new hairstyles and stuff like that, I kind of like learn the terminology for like getting your haircut so I can go to the barber and be like, yeah, I kind of want like a 4 over here, or like, kind of like a fade and shit like that. And I go to like these hairstylists and I'm like, yeah, can I get like a 3? And they're like 3 inches. And I'm like, no, like, like when you use the buzz thing, you like a level 3, and they're like, okay, so you want like 3 inches cut off. Is that what you're asking? I was like, well, no, because first of all, at that time, I'm like, my hair is not 3 inches long on the side. I just like put the level 3 on the buzz thing. I don't even know what it's called. The buzzer, the buzz cut, you know what I mean? The buzz thing that they use to, cut your hair and shit. I'm like, just put the level 3 on and just go to town on the sides. Like that's what I'm asking. And they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, what the fuck? You're a hairstylist. Is this not what you learned in beauty school? And so I'm like, where should I be going? And I thought maybe I'm just like tripping or some shit. But I was watching a video where this guy was, it was like an average dude. Like this wasn't a hairstylist. He wasn't talking about different hairstyles, but he was talking about how he gets his haircut. And he's like, yeah, I just go to the barber and I asked them to get like do a 2 or a 3 on the sides and just trim the top. And I was like, okay, so who are you going to? Where like you can say, give me a 2 or 3 on the sides, and they're like, gotcha, chief. But me, I'm like, yo, can I get a 3? And they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like I thought maybe there's a difference between like barbers, hairstylists, and like haircut places, hair cutters and stuff like that. So like I used to just go to like a person who cuts hair, They weren't called a barber and they weren't called a stylist. And I tried doing that. They didn't understand what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, well maybe I need to move up in society, and just go to like the hairstylist, because like they're going to know what it is, because these are people who are doing like the crazy ass shit with hair. They're hairstylists. They deal in hairstyles, not just cutting hair, hairstyles. So I go to a hairstylist and I try the same thing, and they're like, what? A 3? What are you talking about? I'm like, what the fuck? Who do I need to go? Do I need to go to a barber? Because like every time I drive by and I see a sign that says barber, it usually doesn't look like a good establishment. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that barbers, not every barber has a bad establishment, but I just mean typically when I drive by and I see a place that just says barber, it's not that good of an establishment. And so I'm like, if I go to a high-end hairstylist and they don't know what a 3 is, how am I going to go to like this low-end barber shop and they're going to know what it is? You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe I should try my luck, go to a barber and be like, can you just get me a 3? Because who knows? Maybe they'll be like the realest ones and they'll be like, yeah, I got you, man. For sure. I know what a 3 is. We got levels 1 through 5. Because I think there's only 5 levels. I'm not sure. I know there's a 4. I'm pretty sure there's a 5. But yeah, and I think like 1 is the shortest. I mean, that makes sense. It's the smallest number. But yeah, and so like, I don't know. I went to them one time. I was like, yeah, start out at a 2 at a bottom and then kind of like fade up through like the levels, like 2, 3, 4, just fade to the top. And the top is going to be like 3 inches long or something like that, like cut like an inch off or something like that. And they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And so I got to a point where I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to bring in a photo and show them. I'm just going to bring in a photo of a hairstyle and be like, just give me that. That's what I'm asking for. I thought like maybe I should learn y'all's terminology so that maybe you would better understand what I'm asking for. Because if I pull up and be like, yo, give me a pompadour, Like, are they going to know what that is? If they don't know what a 2 or a 3 is when it comes to just having the buzz thing that they literally use to do their job, how are they going to know what a pompadour is, you know? Or like an undercut. You know what I mean? And some other hairstyle names. I don't know. How are you a hairstylist and you don't know what this? I don't know. I mean, obviously it's something because like I hear it when I watch these hairstyle videos. So like, it's obviously a part of cutting hair. I don't know why they don't know what it is. But anyways, yeah. So it's always kind of like a pain to go to a hairstylist. It's also funny where like they don't remember what they did, which I feel like, I don't know if it's just like movies or shit that I see, but I feel like I've noticed that like when there's, I guess, the same people that know what a 2 and a 3 is, like you go to them and you'd be like, yo, can you just give me the same thing that you've always given me? And they'll be like, got you. And they know exactly what you're looking for because like they know who you are, you know? I walk in like, yo, Jay, I got you. I already got the 3 laid out for you, you know? But like I go to my hairstylist and I walk in, I'm like, yeah, can you just do what you did last time? Like, I don't know what I did last time. And I'm like, dude, just look at my hair now and just make it shorter. Just do an inch off of everything. Like, just do the same style that I already have. You know what I mean? But no, I have to go through the details. I have to be like, okay, the back, I want to cut off an inch. Okay. And then the top, I want to cut off 2 inches. And then the sides, cut off 3 inches and all this stuff. And I have to like divvy it up and all this shit to explain what I want. Or I just show a picture, but they still won't get it if I show a picture. They're like, okay, so like how many inches? And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me, man. Just look at the photo and just give me that. I tried using your terminology and you don't get it, you know? I don't know. So it's always kind of a pain to go get my hair cut. I'm always nervous that like they're gonna mess it up because I'm not gonna explain it as clear as I should have or something, and they're gonna fuck my shit up. You know, like that's what I'm nervous about. Because if my hair doesn't look right, I'm done. It's the only thing I got going for me. But yeah, I can't deal with long hair. This is probably the longest I will ever let my hair. So, you know, all the ladies out there that want my hair long, soak it in. This is as long as it's going to get, you know. It's so long. Like yesterday, I was curious. I was like, hey, I wonder if I could put my hair in like a ponytail or something like that, or like a man bun or something. So I tried it out, and you know, obviously I could. You know, I had a pretty decent length ponytail, and I had a man bun, and oh my god, did it look bad. I hate man buns, you know. I hated them before, and you know, some of my friends, they're like, oh my god, you should get a man bun. Like, I think you would look so good and blah, 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 shit. And I was like, nah, man, I hate man buns. But I thought maybe I just don't like man buns because, you know, because I've never tried it. You know, maybe I'll try it and I'll be like, damn, actually, I think I look kind of good in a man bun. So I tried it and no. Oh, God, no. I did not look good in a man bun at all. So my friends and ladies out there that want to see me in a man bun, just know that's never going to happen. No one is ever going to see me in a man bun. That was for me and me only. It was bad. It was way too bad. So I was like, yep, never doing that again. So once again, this is as long as it's going to get. I don't even know how long that is. That's fucking long, man. I can't believe I let it go that long. That's insane. Anyways. Yeah, so haircut today. Looking forward to that. Finally get some shorter hair. I do like shorter hair. Just in general. I like having shorter hair. But anyways, yeah, so Instagram. So I don't know if you noticed. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed that there was somebody impersonating me on Instagram. You know, already. I mean, goddamn. You know, I know I'm a super popular, you know, social media influencer. You know, I'm a big time YouTuber, getting into the big leagues and shit. But you know, I didn't think I would get an imposter this soon. But I put something on my story. I think it was like a Valentine's Day video I put out. And I noticed that like this person who saw my video had the same exact username as me and like the same profile pic. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I click on it, and there's some person impersonating me. Like, they have my name. It says comedian in the bio. They posted like one of my photos, and they have my profile pic, and they have my username. I mean, obviously it wasn't exact. It had like 0.1 on it because, you know, I already have my username. But anyway, so I saw it, and I was like, what the fuck? So I reported it for impersonation, obviously. And I put on my story, I was like, hey, you know, report this person and all that stuff. And of course, I still had some people who hadn't seen my story yet. They're like, hey, by the way, someone's impersonating you. I'm like, yeah, dog, I know. Look at my story. I'm asking people to report them. So, you know, people were reporting it. And like 5 days later, I got a notification from Instagram where they're like, hey, you know, we've updated your report and shit. And they made a decision where they're like, hey, so we get a lot of reports and we can't get to them all. So you know what? We're just going to ignore it. And, you know, if you really don't like it, then, you know, just block them. And I was like, okay, this isn't just somebody posted a photo that I don't like and I want to report it because I was like, I don't like it. This is someone pretending to be me. Me blocking them is not going to help my situation. They're still going to go around impersonating me, you know? And so I was like, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? I was like, it's not just me. Like, I had a bunch of other people who are like, yeah, okay, I reported them. So it's like, you got multiple reports of this account impersonating me, and you're like, I'm going to ignore it. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? And it's like 5 days later too, you know, like, what the fuck, Instagram? And so I was like, okay, I got to get in contact with customer support. And I'm gonna chew these bitches out because this is ridiculous. Someone is impersonating me and you're choosing to ignore it. Like, that's ridiculous. So, you know, I was trying to find customer support, and of course they don't make it easy to get like an email or a phone number to contact customer support because they keep going like, hey, you know, if you need customer support, how about you just like look to see if your problem is under any one of these questions, and, you know, take you to like a frequently asked questions page. And I don't know why, it might just be me, but every time I need to report a problem and they do that shit where they're like, hey, see if your problem is under any one of these categories, and then we'll take you to a frequently asked question thing. My problem is never under one of those categories. It's never. I look through it and I'm like, no, it doesn't hit any of this stuff. Like, can you just give me a phone number or an email? Or even just like a place where I can send in a report where I can type in like notes to explain the situation and be like what I'm looking at and all this shit. You know what I mean? But I don't know why, but companies these days don't like putting that shit out. Like, they don't like people contacting them for customer support, which I think is ridiculous, you know? So like, it took forever, but I finally found something where I can report a problem. And I did the impersonation, and they wanted me to submit a photo of my ID to prove that it's me. And so I had to do that. And in additional notes, I let them know. I was like, look, dog, me and a bunch of other people, or a bunch of other people and I should say, reported this account for impersonation through the internal reporting system. And y'all chose to ignore it, which I think is ridiculous and all this shit, right? And literally the same day I made that report, the account was gone. They took care of it. And I was like, okay, that's just dumb. That's dumb as hell, man. The fact that I and a bunch of other people reported this account for impersonation, and you chose to do nothing about it after 5 days of deliberating. I mean, that's dumb. That's dumb as hell. You know what I mean? But yeah, so then I was like, hey, you know, maybe this is a perfect excuse to get a verification symbol on Instagram. You know, because I could be like, hey, look, people are already trying to impersonate me. My audience needs to know who the real Jay Lyons is, which happens to be my username, real Jay Lyons. Shameless plug. But, you know, for real, I was like, hey, you know, I got to do that. And literally the day I was thinking about doing that, I saw this post that said that Instagram was going to now start charging people for a verification symbol on Instagram. And I was like, you got to be shitting me. You're doing this bullshit that Twitter's doing with paid verification. I think it's so stupid, paying for a verification symbol. Because, I mean, like, I don't know. It may just be me, but, like, I don't put a whole lot of stock into verified accounts. You know what I mean? Like, the excuse that you hear people where they're like, yeah, we need to take care of this, the blue check marks and shit like that, is they think that, people glorify these verified accounts, right? And we think that they are the smartest people on the face of the planet. And once again, maybe it's just me, but I never really thought that. I was just like, okay, they are just a celebrity. It's literally just, the blue check mark is literally just there. So when someone goes on Instagram or Twitter and they're like, I want to follow Ariana Grande, like the real Ariana Grande, they know who that is because they have a blue check mark. So they know who the real Ariana Grande is, to differentiate them from all the bot accounts or fake accounts or fan accounts. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally all it's there for. It's just to let the person know that this is the person that you're looking for. And so, yeah, that was just like me. And so I think it's stupid to have to pay for it now, because it's like, I don't need to know, like, like, I don't need some random account like Billy Bob, Billy Bob is not anybody famous. No one is going to be impersonating Billy Bob. So why does Billy Bob need a check mark? So I know for sure this is actually Billy Bob. Oh yeah, because there's another Billy Bob over here. No. But also, Instagram's price is just ridiculous. I mean, it's like $12 a month. $12 a month for the web version. And then it's like $15 a month for mobile, which I also think is stupid. It's like, why is it different between web and mobile? I could just go on the web and then just get the $12 a month, and it's going to transfer over to my mobile account because we're logging into the same Instagram account. But Twitter does the same thing. But Twitter also does that for like iOS versus Android. It's like, was it like $8 a month for Android, and then it's like $12 for Apple? I'm like, why? You know what I mean? I'm actually amazed that people are actually paying for that. Because, like, it's so dumb. You know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, I can't request verification now, because then Instagram's just going to be like, oh, well, I mean, you can buy it for $12 a month. I'm like, no. And even one of the perks of buying a blue check mark on Instagram is improved protection against impersonating accounts. And now I'm like, okay, so I have to pay money for you to just help me not get impersonated? So, like, if I had, maybe that's why they chose to ignore the impersonating account, because they're like, hey, if we just wait a little bit longer, he'll have to pay for it. That's so dumb. It's so dumb. But I don't know, maybe I could still make a request and be like, hey, man, I'm a hugely influential person. I'm a big time YouTuber. Okay, I need that verification symbol for free. But I doubt that'll happen. It's a business. Instagram wants their money. And I'm like, dude, that's $144 a year for at least the web version. $144 a year. Just to pretend like you're popular. But we're getting to a point where it's just like a blue check does not hold that much weight, so to speak, Like, the only weight that a blue check mark really held was just that a lot of people followed you because you were a celebrity. It was basically like, these are celebrities. These are public figures, so to speak. And, like, Now we're getting to a point where since anybody can have a blue check mark, now it's just going to be like you're a dude that's paying $144 a year for, I don't know, what are you paying for? Because it's no longer you're obviously a celebrity because anybody can have it. So now it's just like what are you paying for? What are you paying for? It's dumb. It's so dumb. And I was like, that's the fact that you have to pay $144 a year just for basic security, because it's also like Twitter is they're saying that you have to be part of Twitter Blue, the verified account club or whatever. So you have to pay to get two-factor authentication via text messages. So it's like, when you try to log into your account and they're like, okay, we sent a code. We texted you a code, so just input that code so we know it's you and all that shit. And they're going to put that behind a paywall. So now if you want two-factor authentication, which they literally made you do, I'm not even kidding, like every single like social media, just any place that has accounts these days requires you to do two-factor authentication. You know what I mean? And so now they've gotten everyone on it, and now they're like, okay, well, now you got to pay to use it, essentially, or you got to find a different way to do it. And it's like, hold up, this whole operation was your idea. But yeah, that makes sense. They want to make money. That's why they came up with it. They're like, okay, let's get everyone on to two-factor authentication, and then we'll make people pay for it. And their excuse is like, oh, I think Elon said something like Twitter gets swindled out of like millions of dollars a year from like cell phone companies because of bot accounts and shit like that. Now that doesn't make sense because literally anytime any company says we are going to send you a text message, like even if it's like for a restaurant or whatever, when you make a reservation and they're like, okay, we'll text you when your table's ready. All that shit, they always say you're in charge of paying for these, essentially. You know what I mean? Like you're in charge of paying for these text messages if you don't have like unlimited texting and shit, And so it's like, how are you getting swindled out of money if I'm paying for the text messages anyways? You know what I mean? But I think it's a really stupid excuse. You just want to make money, And so, I mean, I don't know. Social media is kind of going down the drain, in my opinion, Like on one hand, like I understand shit like YouTube Premium and even like Spotify Premium and shit like that. We're like, hey, if you pay money, we'll get rid of your ads because we know that these companies need to make money, right? And so if you're not paying for it, then you have to see ads because that's going to pay for the app. Or you can pay for those ads directly by taking them off by, paying the company and shit. But like, I don't know, doing like Twitter Blue and shit and Instagram Verified and two-factor authentication. I mean, it's getting to a point where it's like there's no point in having social media because you got to pay for everything now. Was this what net neutrality was protecting against? Was the whole reason why we didn't have this shit earlier was because of net neutrality? God damn, I hope not. Because if that's the case, we need to bring that shit back. Net neutrality. Because I feel like that's what people were saying was going to happen. That you were going to have to like pay for everything. And now it seems like that's where we're going to. I mean, the idea of having to pay for two-factor authentication via texting is like so insane to me to think about. It's like that is the simplest thing, and I got to pay for that? That's just for security reasons. Man, it's dumb. And I mean, that Instagram's going to go to that eventually. Now that Twitter's done it, Instagram's going to be next. They're going to be like, hey, by the way, now you got to pay for two-factor authentication with Instagram. I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired of it. Social media, like I said, it's going down the drain, in my opinion. I may have to just like hop off of everything. I mean, except YouTube. I'll still do that, but because ads are getting out of hand too. I mean, especially with Instagram and YouTube. Like I saw this YouTube ad. I was on YouTube. I was watching this video, and where I was trying to watch this video, and this ad came up, and it was for like a Nissan car. It was like a commercial for Nissan, and it was like an anime picture of someone driving a car, and it was playing lo-fi music. So it was kind of like the lo-fi studying girl. You know what I'm talking about? The girl that never finishes her homework, and the cat's chilling on the window, looking at. It's got to be like France or New Amsterdam. It's some European. I mean, those buildings look European as fuck. But anyways, that's kind of off topic. But the point is that it was like a commercial like that. And you know how long that commercial was? It was a 4-hour long commercial. It was 240 minutes. Thank God it was a skippable ad. But I was like, 4 hours, a 4-hour ad. That is the new longest ad I've ever had. Before that, 10 minutes was, I think, the longest ad I've ever gotten. And that time, it was a 10-minute unskippable ad. And I was like, okay, this video is like 30 seconds long. It's not worth it. And so I didn't watch it. But yeah, it's just like YouTube with, doubling up on the ads. I'm not even kidding. One time I was on YouTube and there was a double ad, right? It said 1 out of 2 or whatever. And I clicked skip. We were on the first one, and it skips right to the next ad, and it says 2 out of 2. And I was like, wait, what? That's never happened. Usually it skip both ads, And so I clicked skip again, and they played 10 seconds of the video, and then they went to another double ad. And I was like, there's no way you just did that to me. And so I logged out of the video. I clicked off it. I was like, I'm done. I'm not watching this video. It's too many fucking ads. But yeah, Instagram is getting really bad with the ads now too. I mean, now they're putting ads on the Discover page, The Discover page is really my bread and butter. I love going on the Instagram Discover page because there's a lot of good content on there, and I don't have to follow the accounts because, I used to follow some meme accounts, and only like once in a blue moon would I get like a gem. Other ones like, yeah, they were kind of funny, but they weren't that good. But now when you go on the Discover page, like I only see like the best of the best from all the meme accounts across all of Instagram. And so I just unfollowed all the meme accounts. I'm like, I'm just going to use the Discover page. And so I love the Discover page. It's where I see a bunch of, news, memes, cool ass shit, photos of LA. You know what I mean? And so, I love that place. And there's hardly any ads. I mean, yeah, when you get to like a photo and you start the scrolling journey, you're going to hit ads. But like now, when you just go on the Discover page, there'll be like ads, and they'll be like the big squares covering up like half of the screen, and it says sponsored on it, and it's some like stupid ass shit, where they're like, oh, get this get these weights or something like that. Like it'll be like some workout shit, which I still don't know why I'm getting workout shit. I don't know why I keep getting this same shit from this V-Shred guy. He's like, stop scrolling and watch this. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't care. Put on a shirt. I'm not going to get into that again. But the point is that I keep seeing these ads. And now they're taking over my Discover page. And I'm like, God damn it, guys. You guys are pissing me off. I'm tired of these ads. And then, with the suggested post on, my main timeline, the homepage, whatever you want to call it. I hate that shit, Like so I have the posts of people I follow. Then I have to compete with ads. Then it used to be once you got through of all the posts that were on your regular timeline, then they will have another section where they're like suggested posts just to keep your timeline going. And like now they've gotten to a point where they'll throw in suggested posts in your main timeline. And so every time I see that shit, I always like do like the 3 dots and say snooze all suggested posts for 30 days. And I'm just waiting for the day they get rid of that, where I can't snooze it for 30 days, and I'm going to have to live with it. And when that day comes, I may log off Instagram forever, because I hate that shit. I'm like, dude, leave the suggested post for the Discover page. That's literally the whole point of the Discover page, is these are all suggested posts. The main timeline is for people I'm fucking following. I mean, you can go on TikTok, and there's 2 different timelines. There's a following timeline, and then there's a For You page. Like, keep this shit separate. Stop putting For You on following, because I'm not following it, you know? Anyways, yeah, it pisses me off. I'm waiting for the day where they get rid of it, and they're like, you can't snooze it anymore. Like, you gotta be shitting me. But you know what's also funny is that with this Instagram verified, I don't think I saw anything that says they got rid of ads if you pay for it. So you're paying $144 and you're still getting ads. Dude, I can't wait to make fun of the people who buy that Instagram verified. If I'm following anyone and I see like when it rolls out, which I think it rolls out this week, I think. But if I see anyone new with Instagram verified, I swear to God, I'm gonna be like, you are a sucker, truly. But who knows? Maybe they'll get it authentically, because I can only assume that still on Twitter. Though I don't know. I think also like people who were verified before still have to pay for it. I mean, do they? I mean, that'd be kind of stupid if you don't. Or if you do have to pay for it. But anyways, I mean, there's got to be a way that if you're actually like a notable figure, I mean, they can't make you pay for that. I mean, really? I mean, once again, the whole point of verified is to let the audience know I am this person. So like all the other accounts that are not verified, I'm not them, you know? So don't get it confused. Like that's literally the whole point of the verified symbol. And so if you take a celebrity and shit and you gotta be like, well, you gotta pay for it or else you're not gonna be verified, that's kind of stupid, you know? So I don't know, maybe I still have a chance. Maybe I could still make a case to Instagram and be like, look, dog, I need that free verified symbol. You know what I mean? Hopefully they'll have a feature like Twitter does where you can go and you can tap the verified symbol and you can see if it's because they subscribed to Instagram verified or if they're actually notable. Because then I can make fun of them. But yeah, holy shit, $144. And that's just for Instagram. I mean, imagine if you're also on Twitter on iPhone and you got to pay another $144 for that. $288 a year. $288 a year to be verified on 2 social media accounts. And what does it do for you? Oh, it protects you from impersonating accounts, which, dog, if you have 200 followers, who's impersonating you? You know? Like, I see people on Twitter that have a verified symbol and they got like 10 followers. And I'm like, okay, dog, who's impersonating you? You know? Who's really trying to be like, yo, I'm Billy Bob over here who's got 10 followers? You know, like who? Who? Jimbo? Is that what Jimbo's doing? Jimbo is impersonating Billy Bob? But yeah, can't wait. Who's gonna be the new check marks this week? Can't wait to see it. I already have some suspicions of people I'm following. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna get it. Yep, they're gonna buy that verified symbol. But anyways, I think that's it. I think it's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Lying on Main. I gotta get that haircut. Gotta get rid of this shit. Too long. It's too long. It's too long. Some of you are celebrating. Some of you are like, no, keep it. I'm getting rid of it. It's fucking going, dog. I hate this. It's too long. Do you know how many times my hair has been pulled just from this episode? I'm just trying to ignore it as much as I can, but I can't. I can't do it anymore. So let me get myself another cup of Joe. Then I'm gonna get that haircut. So yeah. I think that's it. New location. I kind of like this. I kind of like sitting on the couch. So I might do this more often. So be on the lookout for more casual episodes. Not that the other ones were formal or anything, but yeah. Catch you guys in the next one. Love you. I don't know. Do I?